Hello everyone, welcome back. We're running through this. I'm not even gonna edit this video. It's far too late for me to be awake. That's why the background is different. I'm already sitting in bed. I'm gonna go to sleep right after I record this. But when life gives you an opportunity to go to a Hans Zimmer concert, you don't pass that up. So we're doing North American predictions. Everything is completely normal with this event. No big teams missed out. Actually, there was no surprise upsets. Expected teams made it to the event. Definitely no trauma with a team that I like. Um, I will briefly discuss. I made the video like last week where it's like how would the seeding work out? Where I did a different seeding where it was like, you would use RLCS points, then buck holes, then initial seed. Use your Swiss record first, then RLCS points. And essentially, the way that the groups shake out, if you were to do that, is you have NRG, Rebellion, Ultimates, 9 Lives as the favorites in Group A, while Group B you have Complexity. This is kind of a Mickey bracket, but that's what happens when one of your top 8 teams misses. I forgot that didn't happen. My bad. Team Evo, and then you still get 4 of your top 8 in this group, and then you get 3 of your top 8 in here. That being said, Rebellion is expected to be better than they are. But if you were to use my seeding, these are how the groups would work out. I would enjoy this much better. I know I said that Group A is always the more stacked one, but apparently I lied. Apparently Group B can be stacked as well because look at this. We have NRG, we have 9 Lives, we have Ultimates, we have Gen G, we have Deleted. And mind you, if Space Station had beaten Pioneers, let's, for argument's sake, if this had happened, I live in a fantasy world, Space Station would have been placed in this group as well, making it even worse. So, yeah, we still need to do something to fix the seating. I'm really hoping we can get that fixed between the splits, but enough waffling from me. Let's unfortunately snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. And start doing predictions. Complexity 3-0, what's up? I like the what's up made it. That was a really exciting story. I know Life started out as a Switch player, so good on him. Talladega, this is Adam, Oath, and Knight versus Pirate on a Boat, which is 5-up Creams and Hockey. I like this 5-up Creams and Hockey trio. Talladega didn't make the event last time, but they're still not a bad squad, and a little surprised they went 3-1, but props to them for doing that. Team Evo and Wu. Wu is a bunch of French players. It's Parka, Forese, and Kisai. So this is actually an EU versus EU matchup in round 1. That's insane. Evo made top 8 last event. They went 3-0 through the Swiss. They're actually in pretty decent form. I'll predict a sweep here. Then Rebellion versus Netherlands, America, Canada. I'm predicting the Shopify, Rebellion, and Moist trio. They'll go 3-1 against Netherlands, America, Canada, but like in that matchup there. NRG Tree Lamp 3-0. I don't really know who Tree Lamp is. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I apologize. I am unfamiliar with their game. You could let me know this weekend. But you weren't necessarily expected to make it. So here's your chance to prove people. 9 Lives versus Omelet. This 9 Lives squad made top 4 last time. I'll talk about scenarios towards the end. But I predicted Omelet to be a lot better this season. They aren't. 9 Lives are really showing up. I'll give it a 3-1 because I think that Omelet squad still has the potential, even though they didn't do very well at all last event. Ultimates Pioneers. Props to Pioneers for making it. They had a brutal draw in that last round of Swiss and came through. I'll give them 1 game. Aqua was playing unreal in that series, and respect to JNAPS, but Ultimates are simply a better team here. Gen G and Deleted, he had Deleted make top 6 last event. Gen G made top 8. I think the Deleted's top 6 was a bit of an overperformance based on their group. That being said, they did take some serious series the distance. They took Space Station to 5, in a best of 5, that is, and they took 9 Lives to 7. I'm going to predict Gen G here. I think Gen G got a tough draw last event where, Riddle said it was a playstyle thing against 9 Lives, which I could see very much being the case, and their 2 losses were to NRG, so I can't really fault them for that. NRG 9 Lives, this should be a slacking. I'll give NRG the 3-0 there. Then Ultimates Gen G, as much as I like Gen G, they're going to drop down here. I'll have Ultimates taking that 3-1. I'll jump over to Group A now. Complexity Pirates. Complexity should be able to handle business. And then Rebellion versus Team Evo. I know Team Evo made top 8. I'm really liking this Rebellion squad to hopefully make top 6. This is their best chance. If they can't do it this event, I'm not sure they're going to be able to do it. So I'll predict 3-1 for Rebellion. Sorry, I am still sick, and if I'm not going to edit this video, I can't cough for the next like 10 minutes, which is a little bit difficult. What's Up in Talladega? I like the story of What's Up. I'd love for them to win this. I'll give them 5 because of that, but it's going to go to Talladega. I just think they're probably a stronger team if they're showing up on the day. Both these teams, first main event, so it's kind of cool that one of them's going to not get last. Woo and Net, again, both these teams, it's their first event this season. Kind of wild that we have a lot of teams making their first event in this group. But for this one, I'll pick the locals, quote unquote. I mean, Justas is from the Netherlands. I guess, Taroko is from Canada. And there's an American player on there too. Is it Daunt, I believe? They're pretty... Daunt, I was unfamiliar with his game last season. I'll be familiar with it this time. So the French Revolution will have to wait in North America. Shout out to Cody VRL. Use him in the item shop. He makes these sheets. He's great. Tree Lamp Omelet. This is a series that Tree Lamp should be losing. I said that wrong. I meant to say that Omelet should be winning. I don't want to just bash Tree Lamp just because I don't know them. But I don't know them. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Shout out to Cody VRL. He makes his sheets. I know I just did that. Oh, I'm really struggling to not cough. Deleted versus Pioneers. We've got, this has got to be a deleted win. As much as it sucks for Pioneers to be seeded into this group of death, keep in mind Space Station would be in here. And so it would be another quadrant of just absolute annihilation. One of the most important series of the day, I'll predict Genji to go through again over Omelet. One of the most important series of the event is this 9 lives versus deleted. And that basically comes down to how the points would work out should 9 lives continue to advance. If we're looking at it from the Space Station perspective, they need the expected top 3 to continue to do well. Ultimates underperformed last event, but they're expected to be top 2 in North America. Energy 1, Complexity 1. You got to have those teams continue to do well, then have that 4th spot remain open. Right now, 9 Lives has the most points for that, 4th spot. So while it's kind of unfortunate, especially as someone who wants to root for people who have played for Space Station Gaming, it's like technically we need 9 Lives to not do well or Complexity to completely fall off the map. That being said, I will predict them over deleted. It should be a close game. Both the times we've seen this series, it's been going to Champions Field, 9 Lives have won it, so I'll predict the same thing. Team Evo and Talladega. It'd be cool to see Talladega take this, but Evo's just way better form. Netherlands, America, Canada, and Pirates. This should be going to Pirates. Love to see 5 back in the top 8. I think it could be close though. This is a little bit of an easier side of the bracket, to be honest. Complexity Rebellion. This went 5 last time. I'll predict it to go 5 again. So be on the lookout for this Rebellion team, but Complexity should be winning. And then Team Evo should be taking care of business against Pirates. Energy Ultimates here is kind of insane. It is just for seeding, but it's a really important match. If Complexity does run this group, you kind of want to avoid them and face Rebellion instead. I'll have it going Ultimates this time. That might be a hot take, but I think Ultimates did kind of choke their last series against Energy. I think it's a lot different of a story if they don't give it that 0 second on game 4. And so I'll reflect that in these rankings here. Gen G and 9 Lives. The worst case scenario for Space Station Gaming fans is 9 Lives comes through this group with the 3 seed because of the expected bracket they'd get. They would get Pirates, and then they would get the loser of Upper Quarterfinal 2, which would probably be Rebellion. So they could very easily make another top 4. I will, for argument's sake, predict a 3-2 here for now, and I'll probably go back and change that and look at scenarios should the opposite happen. Energy Complexity 4-1. It was a 4-0 last time, but considering it's not right before finals, I think Complexity will put up a little bit more of a fight, not much of one. I'll predict 4-1 here as well. I don't think either of these matches are going to be too competitive, unfortunately. Team Evo and 9 Lives. This should be going to 9 Lives here, to be honest. Team Evo made top 8 last event. I just think 9 Lives is a stronger team. I'll give Evo 2 games, but it should be a 9 Lives victory. Gen G should definitely be beating Pirates. This is why it's important for 9 Lives to get that 3 seed here to put themselves in the best position, because then you avoid most likely Complexity. I said this, I did a whole scenarios thing for Europe, and then Dignitas went and won a bunch of stuff, so I don't want to assume too much, but based on predictions, the expected brackets are going to work out a certain way. I'll predict a 4-2 here, but Complexity should be favored over 9 Lives. Technically, either way, if it's Complexity 9 Lives here, That puts 9 lives with 12 points, I believe, and puts the winner with 14 points. And so it keeps this bar pretty low. We're looking at Space Station here. Obviously, Gen G and Rebellion still have the opportunity to earn more points. And one of them will end up on that 10 point. I'll have it be Gen G because I do think they get a lot of heat. I think they're better than what they showed last week, and I think they'll probably show it this week, especially because with a team like Gen G, I feel like their worst detriment is pressure. I feel like they can play really well, but the minute the pressure gets turned up, they don't play the best. And notoriously, the second event of the year is the one with the least amount of pressure. So I could see Gen G doing their best in the second event because of that, actually. But this would elevate Gen G to 10 points. And then Ultimates Complexity. I'll predict Ultimates here 4-2. I know Complexity beat them last event, but I'm really high on this Ultimate squad and really thinking they could bounce back this week, to be honest. And then NRG 4-1 over Gen G. I don't, as much as I have faith in Gen G, I don't have that much faith. And then I gotta do the rule. I predicted Ultimates over Energy here. And considering this would be on Friday and this would be on Sunday, it'd be the same weekend. NRG would literally only have this VOD to review in terms of where they faltered. NRG would take the events over Ultimates 4-3. Otherwise, I would have predicted Ultimates if I hadn't predicted them up here. So due to the whole rematch theory that I have, I got NRG winning this event. If we look at the points rankings, though, I know I said I would switch 9 lives and Gen G. I'll do that in a second. But if this scenario were to work out, it's the bar is at 12 points, which is very attainable for teams like Gen G and like Space Station. The difference here is like, if Space Station get top 4 and 9 lives get top 6, they're going to be tied on points. If Space Station make a final, then they're going to jump them as long as 9 lives isn't the team winning the event, obviously. If Space Station get 5th, 6th, 9 lives get 7th, 8th, then that's them tied on points. The main reason why, if you're Space Station or if you're kind of Gen G in this situation as well, you need, Gen G has it all in their fate to be able to beat 9 lives, right? But if we switch those two, assume 9 lives, I would assume they beat both of these teams, to be honest. Rebellion popping off would do really well for teams like Space Station's hopes. But if this were to happen, then all of a sudden, the bar is at 14 because we're assuming Ultimates are going to sneak into that. Not sneak into that, but assume Space Station's role in last week's top 4. This would be the same top 4 as last time, but without Space Station plus Ultimates. And this is the worst case scenario because then you got to outplay some teams by 2. So that's what it looks like for the Astronauts. If we were to see Rebellion actually take down 9 lives here, it makes it easier to stomach as well because then it's just that 2-point gap. But would love for some difference in the top 4. Would love for Gen G to make it. I think that's what I'll end up, I know I'm messing around here. I'll end up predicting Gen G this time to figure it out and make that top 4 run over Rebellion. So that's what I got. That's how the points would break down should that happen. Obviously, I have a lot more interest in that than the average fan, but hope you all enjoyed. I'm glad I made it through these predictions. Apologies for no editing, no music, just completely sending it. Hopefully my face cam wasn't too messed up, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace out.